All right. Thank you very much. My name is Esther Anyakuna. I'm the State Minister for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees. Yesterday at 1 p.m., we received asylum seekers that entered into the country through the border post of Bunagana, Gatwe, and Kibusa. And so far by yesterday, we had received around 1,300 people who had entered into the country. But this morning again, I think they kept coming in the night. And as you see what has been going on in the social media, even the gunshots could be heard on the other side of the DRC Congo, where the soldiers are trying to fight back with the M23 rebels who attacked that part of the country. So right now, we had an emergency meeting yesterday between the district local government of Kisoro, UNHCR, WFP, and all the development partners. Of course, all this is being coordinated by our ministry, Office of the Prime Minister, to ensure that all the SOPs are being observed in terms of when these people are coming. So this morning, I can report that the security screening started, and that is always the first step when these asylum seekers come into the country. So we have taken on this, and they are being, the screening is going on security, so that we can now be able to eliminate the elements, just in case some of them came together with asylum seekers, the rebels. And then the medical team is also working one-on-one. We had like seven casualties yesterday among the asylums who had gunshot wounds, and we took them to Kisoro Hospital to get treatment at the health centers. WFP is offering what we call a hot meal. That is, food is being provided to them so that they are in position to be able to have something, breakfast, lunch, and supper. Food is being provided today since they came yesterday. And then when you talk about UNHCR, the UNHCR gave us room because when they arrived, we didn't have where to put them first at the. But UNHCR has provided us with the rub holes, big rub holes, to be able to accommodate both male and female. But there are many, there are more than that. But the buses, as we talk right now, we have 5 buses at Bunagana in all these posts, which are helping us to remove these people from the border post to the Nyakabali. That is where our transit center is, and the activity is going on. Everybody is very busy. I want to thank so much the development partners who have swung in action to make sure that this goes very well, and we have these people received. One challenge that I got to learn about this morning, we have asylum seekers who are not willing to go to the transit center. They are hanging around the border, expecting the situation to calm down probably by this morning. So we have very many of them also who are still there. So far from those very many, we can't tell how many they are, but we know only around 1,300 are so far been taken to the transit center. So I want to ask Ugandans from Kisoro to make sure they don't accept these people to mix in the community, because it will jeopardize the security operations in Kisoro district. We don't know how they can be harmful to the environment, to our people in Kisoro. So please make alarm, call the police so that these people can be taken back and they can be relocated to the transit center to get all the services from there. Those people who are not in the transit center will not receive any services in terms of medication, in terms of food, and so forth. So it's better they go to the transit center. We are ready. Everything is set at the transit center. And even if the numbers go very high, beyond our capacity at the transit center, we shall be in position to carry them to another transit center where we shall take the process of registration after the security screening. And this is happening right now before we can now plan to take them to resettlements, either in Nachivale or Chaka, all those settlements that we government provided in the open door policy for the refugees.
Is it true that this is in court?
Yeah, but yesterday, when they arrived, that was the first entry point before the development partners came up with the rubber holes for them to accommodate them last night. But today, the buses are there to ferry them away. They're not supposed to stay again in the school. They're supposed to be relocated by the buses that have been provided by UNHCR to be taken to the transit center. The transit center is a safer place. It has enough accommodation. It has water. It has toilets. We cook food for them. And it's also fenced, just in case for security issues. We also have security from the Uganda police keeping the transit center.
Yes, I saw a press release by the local authority today in the morning, which is also highlighting some of the challenges. One being limited access to shelter, limited access to health facilities, limited access to food and other necessities. How is government managing this?
Yeah, when you talk about the people that the leadership of Kisoro is talking about, these are people who have refused to go to the transit center. And we are not going to allow to take services to people who are hanging, who are at large in the community. They have to be in one place so that they can go through the whole process. There is no way we can also expose our staff to go and meet with people who have not been screened by security. That means we shall be putting them in danger. So I let the district leadership of Kisoro take action and make sure those people leave those areas. They bought the buses which have been provided for them to take them to Nyakabale, a transit center, for the proper refugee response plan that we have for them. Let them leave the communities, let them leave the border posts, and they all go. So the district headquarters, the district leadership is complaining about the people who are not in the transit center, hanging around the border, expecting calmness by today. We are not going to expose the staff to go to the border post to find them. The buses are there, just where they are right now. Let them board the buses, they go to the transit center.
Okay, before we do Uganda,